of the show, and we are going to give you a little taste of our neck of the woods, a Philly favorite that you can now make at home. This is from Tony Luke's. You're getting a 12-pack of their Philly cheesesteak sandwich kit. Basically, that means you receive everything you need to make 12 delicious Philly cheesesteaks, but now you can be your own cheesesteak master because you are the one who gets to serve this, make this, create this gorgeous, delicious sandwich. These were new as of a couple days ago. You're saving $19, and this price expires at the end of day on the 8th of May. This is the first time that QVC has been able to offer a sandwich kit from Tony Luke's. $89.98 brings you everything you need for 12 sandwiches. That includes your ribeye meat, 12 club rolls, and 2 packets of cheese. So really, you have everything that you need, and it's all that authentic Philly flavor, often imitated, but you really need the actual direct from Philly taste, and that's what you get here. Here to tell us more is Tony Luke Jr., and he has been on the Food Network. He is pretty much the king of cheesesteaks. He's got a new series coming out on Amazon. He's been on Dinner Impossible. The list just goes on and on. Tony, it's so good to see you.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm very excited to talk about Philly cheesesteaks because as someone who's not originally from the area, I think I've only had 1 or 2, but you know the difference when you have a Philly cheesesteak as opposed to anywhere else.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've never been more excited about doing a kit than I am right now because everything is here. If you look, this is what you get in your order. You're getting 12 portions of steak. You're getting 12 of the Philadelphia rolls. You're getting 2 packs of shredded American cheese. And it's everything you need to have the taste and the experience of being, how can I put this, a Philly grill master, cheesesteak master at home.
Yes, absolutely. It's exactly right. And I love that you showed us how it comes because, Tony, this is something that we could, of course, make all 12 at once. But if we wanted to, we could just take out 1 or 2 portions of the meat, 1 or 2 rolls. So it doesn't have to all be one time made at home.
That's the beauty of it. Even the cheese is resealable. You open up the packet, you seal it again. You want 1, 2, 3, 6. It gives you that convenience to do what you want. You don't have to defrost all 12, and I think that is a wonderful feature.
Oh, so talk to us about how we make the perfect Philly cheesesteak.
Okay, so for me, I always say low and slow.
Okay.
So a lot of times you watch TV shows or people making cheesesteaks, and they got the temperature of the grill super high, and and they're really charring up the steak, and that's not what you want with the Philly cheesesteak. You want a Philly cheesesteak, you want to cook it at a lower temperature in a saucepan because most people don't have a flat top griddle.
Right.
So you put it in a saucepan. And then you nice and slow, like medium heat, and then you'll get all of that juice from the ribeye that comes out. And now, because the cheese is shredded, it melts so much easier in the pan. So you don't have to worry about messing it up or overcooking the steak because it cooks so quickly.
Right. Oh my goodness. It's 5 pounds of food that you are bringing home for this big deal price. It's so much. It's really
it's either
delicious.
For a family or 1 serving for me, but either one.
You and me both. I'll come share with you. But I think what's also pretty special is that the meat that's coming is premium ribeye meat. And that is also, Tony, I think what makes the difference when you get a cheesesteak that's just so-so and when you get a really delicious cheesesteak.
Well, see, the problem is a lot of people outside of the Philadelphia area, they don't want to use ribeye because it's expensive.
Right.
So they use a cheaper grade meat, and then they have to chop it to almost like ground beef in order for it to be tender. This, you don't have to worry about that. This is the ribeye. It's going to be tender. In fact, if I can get the camera to follow me.
Sure.
A little over, I'm going to walk slow.
Okay.
Come and follow
Tony, where
me.
are you going? Okay.
There's the ribeye.
Amazing.
So that's what
Look
it's
at
made
that.
from. It's made from this ribeye. All right, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to center. Coming back to center. Plus, I love driving the camera people crazy.
No, you're doing great because at least you're telling them where you're going. Some people never do. I have a tendency to not do that, and I think upstairs in the control room they're probably like, "Where is she going?" So at least you're telling them where you are, which is we appreciate.
Exactly. Now, here's one of my favorite things. I wake up.
Yep.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, of course.
So I want breakfast. So where is it written that you can't have a cheesesteak for breakfast? So I said, okay. Let's make it a breakfast sandwich. So we're going to take our cheesesteak right now. We're going to add it to our roll. And this is what you're going to do at home for breakfast. We're going to take a little onions, if you like onions. And then we're going to take our omelet that we just made.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're going to put it right on top of the cheesesteak.
Oh, wow.
And now you just went from lunch to breakfast.
That's like the best breakfast sandwich ever. Wow, that looks delicious. The cheesiness, you could even add your peppers and onions into the omelet.
The thing I love about this is we have a location in the Rio in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And there's lines of people, and I'm there and I'm behind the grill and we're working. And the look on the people's faces, not just waiting to get the cheesesteak, they'll like literally lean over and go, Tone, you think I could come back there and make my own cheesesteak?
Yes, it's an experience.
It's the experience.
Wow.
That's what you're buying.
Yes.
Besides the great quality of the products that you're getting, you become the cheesesteak master. You are the master of your own domain. Your family and friends can come over, and the kids can pick out whatever condiments they want.
Yep.
And then if you got kids that go, you know what? I'm not in the mood for a cheesesteak tonight. And you go, okay, well, what are you in the mood for? And they go, well, we're kind of in the mood for pizza. Well, you want plain pizza or you want pizza with meat on it? Well, pizza with meat on it. Well, you take the cheesesteak that I'm doing right now, you take your favorite tomato sauce right on top.
There you go.
Now you got a pizza steak. Look at that.
Wow. There's really
You can add a
limitless
little
possibilities.
Parmesan cheese, whatever you want.
Whatever you want, and you get the authentic Philly taste. If you have never had a chance to come to Philadelphia, you heard everyone speaking of Philly cheesesteaks, but you've only ever had one, you know, like where I am in New Hampshire, there's a cheesesteak, but it's not the same as the Philly cheesesteak. Now you get the authentic right directly to your door. So you are going to receive 12 4-ounce packs of those pre-sliced ribeye meat. So that's for each sandwich. So that's individual. You can keep them frozen, just take out 1 or 2 as needed. 12 club rolls, and then 2 8-ounce packets of cheese. But don't worry, as Tony said, the cheese is resealable. So you don't have to worry that you have to use all of the cheese, even though it's the 2 packets of cheese. So it's 5 pounds of food that you are receiving, and you have that experience. There is the 12 cheesesteaks. Think about if you went to a local sub shop and you said, okay, yes, I would like 12 cheesesteaks, please. Would it have this much meat? Would it be this price? $89.98 for everything you need for 12 cheesesteaks. But it also is sort of like your night out with your family. It's an experience. Rather than going to the movies, you all stay and you make your cheesesteaks. Here's how it comes to everything you see there. Tony, can I ask you with the bread, can I freeze the bread as well?
Well, the bread comes frozen. Everything comes frozen.
Great.
So you take out what you want, you put the bread in a baggie, you put it in a refrigerator, you let it thaw, or you let it sit out and you let it thaw, and you're good to go. And if you want it a little warm, I like just opening it, putting it in the frying pan, let it warm up a little bit, or you can even put it in the microwave for 5 seconds to take the chill out of it, and then you're good to go.
Great.
I got to tell you, as we get older, we realize things become less important than memories.
Yes, you're so right.
And to be able to do this, and I'm Italian, so I grew up in an Italian household. So everything revolved around the kitchen. In
Yes.
most cultures, everything revolves around the kitchen.
Yes.
So to be able to do this and have your kids and grandkids pick out condiments, who wants lettuce, who wants ketchup. So they're all a part of making this dinner.
Right.
And they're a part of it. It becomes a party. And how do you put a price tag on experience?
Right. I think
Those
that's
are the
such a
things
good
you
point.
remember forever.
And there's no going to wait in line at Tony Luke's and waiting down the block to get your cheesesteak. You're the one who you can become Tony Luke, and you can make your own cheesesteak. I don't know that we'd be quite as good as you, but you've done everything you can, Tony, to bring us pretty much everything we need to make that delicious cheesesteak.
Thank you. And one last tip before I go.
Yes.
Because the steak is thin, you never want to salt your cheesesteak until it's completely cooked.
Got it. Okay.
Because if you thought when it's raw, it draws out too much moisture and it winds up being dry.
Okay. So cook first and then salt. That's super helpful.
Yes, season last.
Amazing. Season last. Thank you so much, Tony. This looks delicious. We give everyone a little taste of Philly here in this 12-pack. You're getting everything you need for 12 cheesesteak sandwiches so that you can become your own cheesesteak master. Tony, so good to see you. Thank you so much.
Same here. Thank you. Take care.
And I do want to mention, I don't know that I mentioned, but that is available on auto delivery as well, every 60 days for a year. So if you want to lock it